If we're live and you can see me, now the broadcast is live. Hello, everybody. We are live. My name is Nina Rochelle Mora, and if you can hear me and if we are live, I need you to let me know that you can hear me, that you can see me, that we're live and living color. Let me know if this virtual experience is live. Can you drop a comment in the chat? We've got some people that are handling our tech side that will actually be able to see if we're actually live. Can you see this live on Facebook? I just need to know, can you actually see this? We are live. Thank you so much, Chiquita Richardson, for joining us live. We're live and in living color. And so for those of you who don't know me, not my name is Nina Rochelle Mora. I am married to the one and only Paul Mora, and I am welcoming you to the Mora experience. This is my very first podcast, and it's almost getting ready to bring me to tears, you guys, because I am being pushed. Can somebody type in the word pushed in the chat? I am being pushed out of my comfort zone. Number one, thank you, Dory Ray. Number one, I want you all to know that I hated speaking in front of people. Hated it, right? And that pushed me out of my comfort zone, having to speak in front of people, because I thought, Aisha, I thought, Shelly Ann, I thought that I had to measure up to other people. And if there's somebody out there tonight that's thinking that they can't make a move, that they can't move forward, that they can't, right? If that is you and that's how you're feeling, I am here to tell you that you, my dears, need to understand that this is your season to walk into all that God has for your life. And so all minds matter. We're here to talk about all minds matter. But before we talk about all minds matter and mindset, right, which is what a lot of our podcasts are going to be about, I feel like it is fitting to let you know who is Nina Moore. And then one of these days, you guys, once we get this side going, right, Mr. Mora is going to join me in this Mora experience as soon as we've got some other people that can handle the tech side. Because I want you all, can we all just put some hand claps in the chat as we give it up to Mr. Paul Mora, right, my husband, who had to learn another skill to help run this StreamYard, right? And so, you know what, you guys, when you're used to doing certain things a certain way, doing something different, Alexa Rosier, right, tends to be a little bit uncomfortable. And so I need everybody to go ahead and give him some hand claps, because he had to learn how to make. Now, thankfully, Miss Kamisha, thank you so much, Kamisha Henry, for making sure that you set everything up for us properly, because the one thing that we wanted, Keisha Trawick, Nona Inslee, the one thing that we wanted was to make sure that we did things with excellence. We wanted to make sure that this wasn't your everyday, ordinary experience. And so let me tell you a little bit about Nina Moore, for those of you who may not know who is Nina Moore. Why should you even listen to me? Why should you spend time watching this Moore experience? What is this all about? What value do I add? You know, what have I even been through? Well, let me tell you, I am a 49 3/4 year old wife of one husband, Mr. Paul Mora. And September the 1st, we would have been married 10 years. 10 years, right? And we're going to talk a lot about our marriage. We're going to be very, very transparent and very candid about the bad and the good. See, because most people, Aaron Lamar, want to only show you India. Hello. Thank you for joining me. Most people only want you to know the good stuff. They only want you to see the glory that they show you on social media. Most people, Tedra, don't want you to know that there were ups and downs, that there were peaks and valleys. But with God, we were able to keep him at the forefront. We've had some heated arguments, some heated debates. We've not always seen eye to eye, and we don't always see eye to eye. Thank you, Pam. We don't always see eye to eye, but we've learned to pick our battles. We've learned to pick and choose our battles. And so we're going to talk a little bit about marriage as well. I want you to know that I am a mom of 4 children. My oldest is 34. Now, y'all know I'm only 49 and 3/4, right? I'll be 50 May the 3rd. My oldest is 34. I've got a son that's 29. I've got a daughter that's 23. And we've got a daughter that is 7. Here's what I want you to know. There were times that I was so ashamed of having been a mom at 15 years old that I used to lie about my age. Yep. See, I need you to get to know me. I want us to know each other very, very intimately, right? And I want to be very, very honest with you. I'm not gonna play a game. I'm not gonna paint this picture of me and act like I'm somebody that I'm not. No, I'm gonna tell you the good and the bad. I want you to know that, Antoinette. Oh, this is probably the first time I've ever said this live. I want you to know that I was ashamed of having more than one kid's father, right? I never wanted to be that story, that girl that had multiple children's fathers. But that is me. That is me. That's me. And I believed, Dory, I believed, Tedra, that no one would want me because I had multiple baby dads, right? Then I got married, Antoinette. My first marriage ended in divorce. And I have my daughter Majesty from that marriage. And yes, I finally had a kid in wedlock, right? And then the marriage ended. The marriage was over before it started. And I'm not here to bash him. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about making the decision that I made, Pamela, based on who I was emotionally, mentally, and spiritually at that time. Right, Donna? And we make decisions based on who we are, where we are at that season of our lives, whether it's emotional, spiritual, mental, right? We make those decisions. We choose who we're going to be with based on who we are at that time. I want you to know that I'm the grandma of 2. I'm a former hairstylist, 27 years. I slaved behind the chair. I want you to know that I've had a lot of broken moments. Antoinette, that I've had a lot of moments in my life where I thought that I had to behave a certain way to get what it was that I needed and or I wanted. I thought, you guys, that I had to act like everything was okay. There were days that I did not even want to live. I'm a little vain, so I wasn't going to take my life, but I certainly found myself wanting to kind of like run in front of a bus or walk in front of a bus or get hit by a car or fall down the steps because I thought that failure was final. And when I realized that failure wasn't final, that I honestly am a daughter of the Most High, when I realized that my past does not dictate my future, when I realized that nothing that I had been through determined where I was going, here's what I want all of you to listen to, and I want all of you to hear this, Brittany Glover. It's not about how you start, but it is about how you finish. And I decided, Marguerite Faison, that she's a very good friend of mine in Philadelphia, you guys, Dory Ray. I mean, I am loving the love tonight because this is not a business Zoom. This is totally like Nina Moore, raw and uncut, right? That I realized that in order to be all that God has designed for me to be, that I first had to get in touch with who it was that God wanted me to be. I know I started to understand that all that I had been through, you all, literally 100% has formed me, shaped me, molded me into becoming the woman that God would have me to be. That all that I have been through, right, was so that I could understand your pain. So that when I hug you, it is a genuine hug. It is the hug from a sister, from a cousin, from a friend, from a business partner, from an auntie, from a mommy figure, right? that lets you know, I've been there too, sis. Pick yourself up, right? Dust yourself off, because our past does not dictate our present and or our future. And that every time the enemy begins to remind us of what we were, oh, well, you had multiple baby daddies. I've got 4 of them to be exact. I'm not stuck. 4, 2 husbands, 2 not, right? And we're gonna talk a little bit about that as the weeks go on, because there's a lot that I want to share with you guys about that, because I'm gonna let you guys like in my life. We are gonna have some guests that we have on some of these shows. We're gonna have other married couples, right? I'm gonna have some single moms on this show, but I want to talk to you about being a real transparent person who decided that everything that God has for my life and everything that he intended for me to be, that I had to go through everything that I've been through to get to this side, the other side, right? Now, here's what I want you to know, that most people, Kelly Daly, feel like we've got to become or get ready for success. And we do. Here's what I want you to understand. Not that we believe that we have to get it all together. Let me change we believe that we've got to come to the table all together in order for us to achieve success. The only thing that we need when we're looking to have success is a decision. We've got to make a decision, right? And I remember the day that I decided that I no longer wanted to live beneath my means. That's right. I no longer wanted to live a life of lack of joy, lack of peace, lack of health, lack of wealth, lack of, y'all got me, finance, lack of all that God intended for me to have. And I decided that everything that God designed me to be, that no matter what I had been through, no matter what, that's what I had been through. And that what I had been through only put me in position to have compassion, right, for other people. Hello, somebody, right? But I don't have to live a life of lack, because we were not born to live a life of lack. We were created to live a life of abundance. We were created to first of all, we are an heir of the kingdom of God. It says we're an heir and a joint heir. And I'm here to talk to every single one of you, ladies and or gentlemen. If you've gone through a divorce and or are going through a divorce, you're not defined by that. I'm here to tell you, if you're a teen mom or was a teen mom or a teen father or a single dad or a single mom or whatever, a divorcee, I'm here to tell you that God is not looking at your past and or your mistakes. I am here to tell you that no matter what you've been through, see, we've all made some bad choices. We've all made some relationship choices that were not good. We were all looking for love, and many of us looked for love in all of the wrong places. Many of us chose our mates according to what was going on inside of us, right? Thinking that the people that we were trying to court or trying to be with, we were thinking that they were going to complete us. Here's what I know. No man or no woman can complete us. See, because we are complete in the Father. We're complete in him. Now, a man or a woman can come into our lives and complement our lives, but no one can complete us. And so there's a lot of times that we've looked for love in all of the wrong places, and then we found ourselves in this situation where we look back and we say, how did I get here? What made me do this? Why? And you look back and you look at the person and you say, not even attracted to that person. How did I get here? I am here to tell you that it ain't over. It ain't over. And what I love is that, they've created pens with erasers, pencils with erasers. They've created whiteout. And it doesn't matter what you've been through. It does not matter how you start. That's not what's important. It's how we decide to finish. So the marriage ended. Yep, my first marriage ended. And I said that I would never, ever, ever, ever get married again. I said that like a nut. I said I would never, ever, ever get married again. As if, because I made one wrong choice. I said I would never, ever get married again. And had I made that decision, Paige would not be here. Paul would not be here. I would have put up a wall. And so some of you have put up a wall, and God is trying to bless you. He's saying, I want to bless you, but you said, I will never, ever do that again. I will never, ever love again. I will never, ever do X, Y, and Z again. I will never, ever. And he's saying, that didn't work out. That doesn't mean that it won't work out. It's just that didn't work out. I'm trying to say to you guys right now, even when Paul and I got married, and I'm talking to the married couples right now, I hope this is okay. Paul, you can text my phone if it's not okay for me to share. See, y'all looking at Paul now, right? With the muscles, and he's sharp, he fit, he love to work out, he's sweet as pie. Y'all don't know the Paul that used to walk around with a chain wallet. Is it okay, Paul? I didn't put it out there now. I guess it's okay, right? And many of you are turning your nose down. I don't even know how we got here, but I don't know. I got to stay here. Many of you are turning your nose down to what God might have for you because it don't quite look like what you think it's supposed to look like right now. Well, guess what? I wasn't this size when Paul and I got married. When we started dating, I wasn't this size. He loved me for what he saw inside of me. Matter of fact, he told me I didn't even lose no weight. But I'm here to tell you, I saw God's perfect work in my husband. See, I wasn't a gold digger, G-O-L-D. I was not a gold digger. I was a goal, G-O-A-L. Somebody type the word gold, G-O-A-L. I was a goal digger. See, I saw gold in my husband. I wasn't looking for a man to take care of me. I was looking for God's perfect will for my life so that we could grow together. Because I don't need to sit around. I'm not waiting for no man to take care of me. Even though Paul is attentive, Paul is patient, Paul is kind, Paul is observant. And so although he wore a chain wallet, although Tion Pitt, I couldn't get Paul to get dressed to save his life. He was like, dress up for what? He wanted to wear sneakers all the time. That's right, broken crayons still color. See, it wasn't over. And some of y'all think because it just didn't work out. If the truth be told, ladies and gentlemen, if the truth be told, you didn't belong with them people no way from the beginning. Now, what if I had decided I don't want to deal with Paul? He ain't perfect. Look at him. Look at him walking around with that chain wallet on. Paul was loud, like literally. We used to be like, and I mean, he get a little excited now, he get a little loud now, but I'm talking, we used to be in circles with our friends and what we like to call Uncle Greg. Uncle Greg used to be like, Paul, tone it down. Paul was loud. Paul was moody. What if, but I'm going to tell y'all about me too. Because you couldn't tell me nothing. I was always right. And I was always right. You couldn't tell me nothing. I didn't want to talk about nothing, Robin Ball, because I was right. There was nothing Paul could tell me about nothing. Nothing. So what if, Sonia, what if, Kendra, I decided, you know what? That don't look like what I wanted to look like. What if some of y'all, ladies and men, some of y'all might have a blessing right in front of your face, but because you think it's supposed to look a certain way, walk a certain way, talk a certain way, and you think that he's supposed to be this chick, this Prince Charming coming to just swoop you off your feet, put you on a horse, and you stuck in La La Land watching movies and you watching stuff on social media thinking that that's real life. Some of you done already missed the blessing because what God really has for you might have been in your face the entire time. So you should never, ever judge a book by its cover. Here's what I knew. When I saw that my husband had great qualities, like he pays attention, like he was attentive. Let me tell you when I knew I had a keeper. I love to cook. Robin Owens, Kendra, I love to cook. And Robin Ball, I remember saying, God, I wish I had one of them crock pot things so that I could put the meal in there, because y'all know that I was in the shop for a long time, every day, all day, right? And I remember while we were dating saying, if I had one of them crock pot things, I could just put the dinner in there before I left out for the shop, the salon in the mornings. And when we come home, the dinner would be cooked. Paul drove up to the shop one day, Glendon Jones. He drove up to the shop one day and he said, hey, I just wanted to, I'm going to pick you up from work. Is that okay? I said, sure. We were just friends. We were just friends. See, that's another thing. Let me put a pin in it. Y'all remind me where I got to go back to. Paul picked me up from the salon. He said he was going to take me home. Let me put a pin in it right there. Nona Inslee. Ladies, you know why you can't have a good relationship? Because you jump into bed too fast, thinking that what's between your legs is supposed to keep them. It's supposed to catch them. We were friends for a long time. Sex was not an option before we got married. Hold on. I know I need to give y'all a minute to but because y'all women ain't got no self-control, it ain't just the men. Now it's the women. And you don't even become friends first. Because if some of y'all would pump your brakes, if some of y'all ladies would pump your brakes, if some of you ladies would pump your brakes, you might see that the man you think you want isn't really what you think you want and need. And vice versa. Now you giving them all your goods. Now there's a soul tie and you think you got to have them. And God is saying, oh, that's what you want? And you begging God. You're begging God to give them to you. Begging God to give them to you. And God says, oh, okay. That's what you want? Okay. No problem. And he gives you what you want. And then you realize that what you want is not what you need. And you actually settled. Because you thought, because a person might have had a title or a uniform on or a this or that you thought what you need versus what you want. Now, I don't know how we ended up here, but we ended up here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's okay because it ain't over. It ain't over. I'm letting you know now that there's a lot of work. In the marriage, there's a lot of work. And just because you work on yourself a little bit and get a little bit better doesn't mean that there isn't still a work. There isn't still a work. But you fell for the okie doke. And you fell for the counterfeit. You didn't wait on God. When Paul told me that he wanted to date me, and I know that we're supposed to be ending this. I think I'm supposed to be ending, but y'all got to give me just a few more minutes. When Paul, because we were just friends, we were hanging out. We were going to the movies. We were going to the mall. We were playing. Well, he didn't play cards, Tedra. He would come over while we were playing cards. He didn't play cards. We were just hanging out as friends. When Paul told me that he wanted to date me, Kendra, I told him, oh, heck no. I'm not doing that because we're friends. And I didn't want to ruin the friendship that we had. But too many women think that if he don't want to throw you in a bed and see what you got between your legs, that he's not interested in you because there's something wrong with you, ladies. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. A man is saying to you, no, I'm honoring your body. I don't want to throw you in the bed. Like, we don't have to go there because you keep your virtue. Because a real man will wait. And a real man won't want to dishonor God. Paul told my father. I'm a grown behind woman. I'm not no teenage little girl. But Paul told my father, I won't touch your daughter. And my father could come on this live right now, Idris, and he would validate what I said. But there's some women that you just gonna keep pushing a button. Oh, you don't love me. Oh, you don't want me. You think that love is sex or sex is love? You're wrong. And there's something wrong with you, ladies. But we're gonna fix that. So how did I turn over? Because I didn't even get to tell you a whole lot about, I don't know, the Holy Spirit let us here. We're gonna talk a whole lot more about me and how I went from the place that I was at to where I'm at now. And I'm not all the way there, but I'm certainly not who I used to be. I want you all to know that it was mindset. And what we're going to learn together on this podcast, Brittany Christian, Kendra, Marguerite, Idris, ladies and gentlemen, because Paul's going to be here on some of these too, Courtney Gonzalez, is we are going to learn to have mindset mastery. Type mastery in the chat. Not just mindset, but mindset mastery. That's what my podcast is going to be about. That's right. Wait on God. That's a whole nother podcast. Wait on God, but mastery, right? And mindset is one of the 5 main areas of concentration that we're going to focus on. Mastering our mindset, ladies and gentlemen, mastering it is imperative to achieving any kind of success, whether it be professionally or whether it be personally. So here's some things that I want to leave you with, and then I'm going to give you all a task until we meet again. Wait, what thoughts? Listen, I want you to jot these down. What thoughts, even bad habits or limiting beliefs, are holding you back and preventing you from living your ideal life? What thoughts, events, bad habits, what thoughts, events, bad habits, limiting beliefs are holding you back and preventing you from living your ideal life? Don't type in the answers. I want you guys to work on this. I want you guys to work on this after, not right now, but work on it, right? What thoughts, events, bad habits, limiting beliefs are holding you back and preventing you, ladies and gentlemen, from living your ideal life? The next thing I want you to really now write this, jot this down. Every time you come to a podcast with me, you probably should bring a journal. We're going to talk about that, right? Are you where and who you thought you would be by now? Now listen, more is coming. But listen, I don't want you beating yourself up if you aren't. But we have got to address this if we're going to move from where we are right now to where we want to go. All right? Are you where and who you thought that you would be by now? Here we go. You are where you are today based on the choices that you've made. Are you happy where you are? Or do you need to start making better choices? Better choices. All right? Better choices. Now, this is the big one for me. This is the big one for me. Are you tired of playing small? And are you ready to step into your true potential? If you answer yes to that one, are you tired of playing small? And are you ready to step into your true potential? Then this is the place to be. Because together, whether you're single, whether you're married, because I've been on both sides, right? Whether you're single or you're married, ladies and or gentlemen, because Paul's going to join me on some of these. Paul might be by himself on some of these, right? This is the mover experience. I want you to ask yourself, are you tired of playing small? And are you ready to step into your true potential? Last thing that I want to say to you all is, if you're living a life and you want to move your life into an area where you are living your truest potential, where you're having success, Diane, all of you need to have a journal. Go to Home Goods, TJ Maxx, Marshalls. Don't go pay a lot of money. Go there. You can find one of these for like $4.99, $5, something like that. And this one says, dream with all of your mind, believe with all of your heart, reach with all of your might. All right, you guys. So that's all my time, you guys. I'm 5 minutes over, and I am so excited that you all decided to join me. Listen, I'm supposed to do this podcast on Tuesday nights at 6 p.m., but because we had some other events that we needed to take care of yesterday, we did it today, which is Wednesday at 6. So I need all of you to meet Mr. Mora and I, next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Can you all share this with everybody? Let them know, Tuesday at 6 p.m. And next week, we might have someone else to help us on the technical side so that Mr. Mora can be present for the Mora experience. I love you all, and there's nothing you can do about it. Good night, and God bless you all. Stop the live. End the live.